Echelon Wars. Prologue. By Trevion Rivers. A salary is what they give you to forget your dreams. Anonymous Rebel. Echelon Wars Codex. They called the trust system humanity's greatest achievement. No money, no coins, no banks, only trust, a single incorruptible measure of worth. Your trust score decided everything. Where you lived, what you ate, who you could marry, whether you walked the streets freely or were locked out of society. At the top sat the Echelon Concord, a council of the highest-scoring citizens. Their faces smiled from skyline hollowboards, promising fairness and unity. They called the system the Ledger of Truth, and for decades it seemed to work. High-trust citizens lived in towers of glass and light, moving through their days with ease. Peacekeepers, superhuman enforcers, born from the collective belief of the people, patrolled the streets like living legends. Low-trust citizens were told they could rise through hard work, loyalty, and patience. But in the slums, where trust barely flickered above zero, whispers told a different story. Trust could be bought, faked, inflated. The ledger didn't measure truth, it measured obedience. Then came the fracture. It happened in less than an hour. The global trust network shuddered like something alive had screamed through its wires. Screens flickered, wrist ledgers went blank. Trust scores plummeted without warning. Billions woke to find themselves locked out of their own lives. Apartment doors sealed shut, transit gates froze, rations denied. Peacekeepers collapsed mid-patrol, powers stripped away. For a moment, cities stood silent, then erupted into chaos. The Concord blamed rebels. Their broadcast accused the Debtborn, those who refused to live by the ledger, of unleashing a digital plague called Null Heart, designed to erase false trust and leave only what was genuine. But in the underground, a different story spread. Null Heart wasn't destruction, it was liberation. It exposed the hollow core of the system. Politicians with millions of trust points dropped to nothing. Celebrities vanished overnight, and somewhere, they said, a single dreamer had awakened, not through the ledger, but through the raw, unfiltered belief of the people. The Concord reacted with fear. They revived peacekeepers, using synthetic trust injections, forcing them back into service. But the process corrupted them, warping their minds and creating trust wraiths. Hungry, unstable enforcers who hunted the Debtborn with ruthless efficiency. Entire districts broke away, forming free trust zones where scores didn't matter. To the Concord, they were lawless nests of chaos. To the Debtborn, they were the first breath of freedom in generations. And in the middle of it, you weren't born into power. Your score barely kept you above debtor status. You worked your assigned salary job, following every rule, never daring to dream. Then the fracture hit. Your trust score flatlined, your badge turned grey. Your apartment door stayed locked. In the slums, you saw it, spray-painted across a cracked concrete wall. A salary is what they give you to forget your dreams. The words stuck in your head, heavy as stone. They didn't feel like graffiti, they felt like truth. Now the world is split. The Concord tightens its grip, reshaping the trust system into something harsher. The Debtborn rise from the shadows, spreading their vision of a world where belief can't be bought or measured. And somewhere inside you, something stirs. They say when enough people truly believe in you, you awaken. Not into a peacekeeper bound to the Concord, but into something older, rarer, something they can't control. The ledger is breaking. The fracture was only the first crack. The question is, whose trust will you carry into the war?